£7 is one of the best films I have seen to date, and it is among the best films I have seen in 2008. Why do I love it so much? Well, I think because there is a slight added layer of resonance for someone like me, but I'll get to that later. In the film, Will Smith plays Ben Thomas, an IRS agent who decides he is going to commit suicide. But why? What reason does Ben have for killing himself? He was responsible for a car crash in which his fiancée and 6 other people died. So he decides he will commit suicide, but before killing himself, he decides to help 7 other people. But Ben Thomas doesn't just pick any old person off the streets. He looks at people in need of help, spends time with them, and determines if they are or are not a good person. If they are, he commits himself to helping them with personal issues. Medical issues, in the case of Rosario Dawson's character, whose heart is failing. I wish I could go further with the plot, but to say anything else would completely ruin the film. And if there were ever a film not to be ruined, it's this. Most reviewers seem to hate this film. It has received mostly negative reviews, and I think I know why that is. Firstly, this film deals with a man who is suicidal. Suicide is a rather touchy subject in Western society, where even people who are not religious often have issues with it. Secondly, the plot is a little bit misleading to those who are slow to piece things together. But like I said, I love this film. And quite honestly, I would have cried had I not been sitting in the theater with my mother. There have been 5 movies that have made me want to cry, and I've managed to fight back the tears every time in the past. I barely managed to fight them back on this one. I doubt most of you will cry. We'll probably make a good number of people cry. I'll make even more of you want to cry, but not quite get you to that point. The vast majority of you, though, will probably just walk out of the theaters feeling somber. So, why did I almost break out into tears? Like I said earlier, I think it has a slightly deeper connection for me and people like me. I have been very depressed in the past. I have been suicidal. I tried to kill myself 9 times in the span of a year. I think a character like Ben Thomas has a deeper connection to people like me who have tried, or at the very least thought of, killing themselves. The flaws in this film are few, and those few flaws are relatively insignificant, such as when Ben's brother shows up and says he'll be waiting at Ben's car, and not to make him come knocking at the door. Yet, Ben spends the night there and slips out at sunrise. We don't see his brother again until the film is almost over. Kind of begs the question, what happened to his brother and the threat? But, again, it's not that big of an issue, and you just kind of brush it aside and move on with the movie. I have no problems with any of the acting in the movie. The chemistry between all of the actors is excellent. You sit and feel much like you do while watching Heath Ledger as the Joker. When you see The Dark Knight, you feel you are watching the Joker, not someone playing him. At least for me, it was this way with everyone in £7. For future reference, and to better help you understand this rating, I'm going to rate all films on the basis of 5 stars. 5 being the best, no stars being the worst. Basically the same format used by Roger Ebert. I give £7 4 stars.